Now, sometimes you look at the world and you really question if it's good or not. There is a lot of evil, there is a lot of bad, and sometimes it really, really makes you sad. Sometimes I think like this and I can't help it, but today's video we are going to try and restore my faith in humanity. I am ready. A man giving his shoes to a homeless girl in Rio de Janeiro. Of course I struggle saying the place. So this poor girl looks so upset and sad, but also happy that this man has given her his shoes. She's walking around barefoot. I'm already sad. I'm legit already sad. Am I gonna cry in this video? I feel like I'm gonna cry. Prepare yourself, Tanner's gonna cry. And this man can just see this girl walking around with no shoes on and goes, well, I'm way better off than what she is. I'm going to do this small act of kindness to try and help her out. And honestly, my heart's breaking right now because I hate that there is like poverty and, you know, poor people. I just hate it. Like, everyone should live a nice life. It really makes you appreciate your life and where you're at. But it's always important to give to others and be kind. Okay, I'm rambling on. All you should do is be a good person. I'm just putting that out there. Japanese senior citizens volunteered to tackle the nuclear crisis at Fukushima power station so that young people wouldn't have to subject themselves to radiation. So if you don't know what radiation does, it pretty much your life up and your baby's life's up. Like, it stays in your body and it stays in your child's body and it goes on and on and on down the generations. So pretty much the senior citizens decided that because they're old, you know, they've already had their children and you can't say they don't have long left to live, but they have not lived a life as, say, sending a 20-year-old in who has a future ahead of him and all that kind of stuff. That is honestly the sweetest thing ever. And I adore old people, all over the age of 60. They say they should be facing the dangers of radiation, not the young. Oh, my heart, my soul. A friendly neighbor on the East Coast offered power to those who needed it after Superstorm Sandy hit. So it's got a bunch of power outlets here and it says, we have power. Please feel free to charge your phone. Pretty much when the power went out with the storm and everything like that, a lot of people couldn't contact their family members, tell them that they're safe. There was so many like power outages. There was houses going down. There was all this stuff happening. And this one family obviously got lucky and still had power. So what they do, they gave the opportunity for the rest of the town to use it. There's easy like 8 or 9 power things there so that people could charge their phone. I think that is so sweet. Simple, not over the top, not like, oh my God, I saved your life, but it's also just sweet and kind and very nice. A boy who knows better than many adults. So here we have a rally happening, I guess a hate rally against, I'm assuming, gay people, homosexuals. And this kid has written on a piece of paper saying God hates no one, because they're making it seem like God hates homosexuals of sorts. And they've got this whole rally, which I think is disgusting. And this kid's like, come on, man, we all know God doesn't hate anyone. Like, if you're a really religious person, you know that anyone should be loved by God. Like, murderers and shit get loved by God. Why can't anyone else? But seriously, this man knows better than the adults. And how crazy is that a kid knows better than like 30 and 40-year-olds? Like, baffles me. On graduation day, this entire class shaved their heads for their classmate who has cancer. Oh my God. That is the sweetest thing ever. So this man's obviously has no hair due to chemo and all that kind of stuff, which is so sad. And then they all take off their graduation caps and none of them have hair. That is the sweetest thing I've ever seen. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm nearly crying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm nearly crying. This picture of Chicago Christians who showed up at a gay pride parade to apologize for homophobia in the church. Oh my God, this is sweet. The signs say, I'm sorry for how the church has treated you. I used to be a Bible banging homophobe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry Christians have shunned you. That is so sweet. Listen. The church has done some, but to be able to recognize that you were wrong and your opinions back then were closed-minded and whatnot, and go to a parade like that and show your love and support is something that, you know, a lot of people wouldn't stand up and do, which I think is so beautiful. And this is the reaction from the parade. Oh my God, stop it. Okay, I'm crying. I'm not crying. This picture of 2 Norwegian guys rescuing a sheep from the ocean. Okay, so he's obviously like, quick, come here. Why is a sheep in the ocean? I just want to ask that. Why is there a sheep in the ocean? Oh, look at it. Oh God. Oh my God, they couldn't have done it. He couldn't have done it on his own. These 2 men have saved this sheep. I'm not crying. I promise I'm not crying. And look at how happy he is. The moment in which this Ohio athlete stopped to help an injured competitor across the finish line during a track meet. I'm not sure if they're friends or not, but this girl has hurt herself and the competitor has seen it and picked her up and gone, I don't care about the race. I'm going to throw it. I'm not going to leave you there. I'm going to pick you up and we're going to finish together, which I think is so sweet. Not making me cry, but pretty close. This note was handed to a waiter along with a $20 bill by an elderly lady in his restaurant. So pretty much this is a note that was given to a waiter that reminded this elderly lady of her past son who died 15 years ago. And it was a bittersweet moment for her, but makes me want to cry. We've got an old lady, a dead son. I can't, my heart hurts. Anything to do with old people and dogs, I just want to let you know that is what restores my faith in humanity, because I love dogs and I love old people. This sign at an awesome Subway restaurant: free meal for the homeless every Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. So Subway is like a chain restaurant. We've all been there. If you haven't, what's wrong with you? But this one has chosen to give free meals to the homeless every Friday. It's like, you didn't have to do that. You're going to lose money from it, but you're going to help people. A lot of franchises, a lot of businesses would just be like, I'm going to keep the profit. I'm not going to worry about it. It's like, I can see all the homeless people around here that are struggling to eat, who are malnourished and all that kind of stuff. Just once a week for a few hours, come on in, you got food on me. Like, some people are just downright beautiful. This picture of a villager carrying stranded kittens to dry land during floods in India. Oh my God, the kitties wouldn't survive. Oh, see, I tell you, it's animals. So the kittens obviously had no hope. They're small. They're not going to be able to swim through the current. And this man's got this basket, put it on his head, gone through the flood waters. They wouldn't have made it otherwise. And so many natural disasters cause so many deaths in humans, in animals. They ruin houses. And to see just a small act of kindness, I am slightly restoring my faith in humanity. Stop it. Stop it. This picture of a firefighter administrating oxygen to a cat rescued from a house fire. Oh, look at the little kitty. I think when I picture cats and like animals, little animals, I just picture Willy and I'm just like, he's so sad. He's so sweet. Cat can't breathe either when there's smoke and shit. This firefighter's just like, I got you, little kitty. When they carry animals from a fire, no. So any service person like paramedics, doctors, firefighters, all that kind of stuff, you guys are the ones that restore my faith. You help people constantly. It makes my heart happy. These photos of two children collaborating to rescue a dog who had fallen into a ravine. What's a ravine? Hello? A deep, narrow gorge with steep sides. Oh. They've grabbed some kind of like purse situation, not purse, but like a bag to like help lean down while they grab onto the side, because as we have learnt, a ravine is a gorge. And then they've grabbed the paw of the dog and just pulled him up. I'm just picturing it being Willy and it makes me want to cry. During a protest in Brazil, a general said, "Do not fight, please, not on my birthday." Then a group of protesters made a surprise for him. There's a fight about to happen, not a fight, a protest. Like, there could be violence, there could be danger. And he goes, "No, not on my birthday, not on my birthday. I cannot have this on my birthday." So they bring him a cake and then he cries and it's beautiful. These pictures of a man jumping into rough waters to rescue a stranger's Shih Tzu in Melbourne. Okay, there's a dog involved. Get ready for the waterworks. Okay, so you can see this lady here who's freaking out, which as you would be, and this poor little dog's struggling and he just goes, "Don't worry, ma'am, I got this." Everyone's like looking over the side. It's like, somebody please jump in, please. I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Oh my God, stop. Oh, I'm just picturing if it was Willy. Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, I'm not crying, but I am. I can't help it. I told you it's a dog and I'm just picturing little Willy. He looks like a drowned rat like that when he goes in the water. I would hope somebody would do the same for me, and I would definitely do the same for somebody else. Workers from Memphis Cleaning Company dress up as superheroes to cheer up patients at children's hospitals. So they're cleaning the window, that's their job, but they don't have to go out of their way and dress up as superheroes, but that cheers the kids up. Imagine looking out your window when you're in the hospital and you're down because you're sick, like anything will cheer you up, and you look out the window and Spider-Man's there, Batman's there, bloody who else is there? Superman. I just think it's such a sweet gesture. Like, that would make their little kid's day. Honestly, it would make my day. If I looked out my window and I saw Superman, I'd be like, "What's up, dude? I'm looking for you." Every Sunday, this New York hairstylist gives free haircuts to the homeless. Oh my God, that is so sweet. So this man takes time out of his day on a Sunday to give homeless people free haircuts. I feel like haircuts will make you feel better about yourself. If you got an interview, it'd be better if you had your hair cut. Like, it makes you start fresh and feel, you know, presentable and want you to work hard. I don't know. That's just something I feel like I think about with a good haircut. It's like, you feel brand new. You feel like a new person. You feel like you can take on the world. So pretty much this is a story of a security guard at Disneyland or some sort of theme park who goes up to little girls who are dressed up as princesses and asks for their autograph because he cannot believe that he's seen a princess. And obviously a little kid's not going to know any better. So think about it. You're growing up and you go dressed as a princess and you're like, "Oh my God, he actually thought I was a princess. What the hell?" See, he doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to go out of his way. It just brings smile to little girls' faces, or little superhero faces, or little prince faces. I just think that's an extremely like insane gesture. The little girl could not get over the fact that the guard thought she was a real princess. I'm telling ya, it's smart. I feel like a lot of kind people out there, just you think of little things that are going to help make other people's days. Something like that is just beautiful, and everyone should do something for somebody else that will bring them the same happiness that this little girl got. Just life advice from Tanner. Offer Officer talks man out of committing suicide. 8 years later, the now father of 2 gives the officer an award at the American Foundation of Suicide. This is what I mean about service people. Like, so you're talking somebody out of taking their own life, like standing at a bridge and he's just like, this isn't the option, blah, blah, blah. He ends up having 2 kids and lives a beautiful life for this officer. Like, if he didn't come and like save his life pretty much, he just would have left and jumped. Like, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. A man saves a drowning kitten with an umbrella. You've spelled umbrella wrong, but still beautiful. This kitten's like struggling in the water. Luckily, somebody's seen it and grabbed an umbrella and scooped him up. That's a good execution. An umbrella, quite the savior in this situation. I'm just picturing Willie again. I can't help it. So this little girl sold her stuffed animals so that real animals can get better care. She gives money to a shelter to give for like storage and blankets and all that kind of stuff for the animals. How does a little kid like that have the thought of like, I'm gonna sell all my stuffed animals to take care of these real animals? Little kids don't think like that. Little kids are very selfish. That's quite well known. But that is an extremely selfless act. Wendy's employee removes umbrella from table to protect elderly man from rain. Oh, my heart, my heart. Look at him with his little walker. And the guy's like, we don't have an umbrella. Look, I'll just take one off the table and walk with him so he's not getting wet. Anything with old people, I tell you. Okay, this might just win the battle of restoring my faith in humanity. An officer has stopped the cars because a duck and its ducklings are crossing the road. Obviously, a lot of cars don't see that and tragic things happen. We do have ducks in Australia, if you didn't know. It has happened. I haven't ran them over, but like I see them with their little ducklings and you stop and you're just like, go on, go on. Cyclists giving water to a thirsty koala in Australia. Listen, I can vouch for the weather here. It gets hot and it gets dry. So for a little animal struggling to find water and who relies on it, obviously everything relies on water. You're riding past with your mates on your cycle bikes and you see a koala on the side of the road and it's 40 degrees. You're thirsty, which means it's probably thirsty. So you get your drink bottle out, start giving it some water. Now that makes my heart happy. Just don't drink after they do because all koalas have chlamydia. So if your faith was restored in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And always do kind things. Be a kind person. Do nice things. Do good things. Do good things. Honestly though, just be a good person. Be happy. Help everyone. Yep.